Hi guys, we're here again for another Facebook Live. I'm quickly just going to share this and then we're going to get started. I have a special helper today. We're going to be making, what are we making? Chocolate.
Yummy.
And what else? Smoothies? Oh, and we're going to make peanut butter balls and chocolate coconut macaroons.
And yummy? No, cocoa.
Chocolate, yeah. Okay, I will share this if I can find it.
Go.
So I'm gonna also do some other meal prep. I made split pea soup last night, so I have that prepped for the weekend. I'm going to make a chickpea and broccoli rice casserole, and I'm going to do, yeah, we will. We'll do sweet potatoes, and okay, one second, I'll share this. Sweet potatoes and potatoes, and what else is I gonna prep? Sauerkraut. We picked our last 2 cabbages. It's raining here, or snowing here for the first time in the season. And all right, that's shared. That's shared. All right, we are good to go. So I'll pull up the recipes. All done. Okay, are you ready? We're gonna start with our peanut butter balls.
Okay.
So we just finished up, today's the last day of the Grounded Jumpstart, so if you participated in that, thank you so much. That's coconut oil. Yeah. It was super fun. We shared 20 recipes through the week. There was, 4 a day? So that was really fun. We ate burrito bowls and teriyaki stir fry and smoothies and a salad every day. And it was a great success. So if you followed along with that, thank you. You have all those recipes now in one place, and you can access those whenever you want. We had really great reviews where picky kids were like asking for in their lunches the next day, and it was really awesome. So we're just gonna jump into things because I do have this one hanging out with me today. So I need your help.
No.
Okay. Whoa! There's so much flour. Can you pour that in the bowl?
Yeah.
Thank you. So we have oat flour. I ground up some oats and we are pouring those in to our bowl. So this is our peanut butter ball recipe. You could easily use any nut butter, but we have peanut butter on hand right now. So we're gonna use that, and now we're gonna add some oats. So I got a little distracted before, so I won't be making all those recipes that I mentioned today live. I'm just gonna do the treats, and we're gonna talk a little more about treats. But I just wanted to mention that I will be doing more food prep and not just treats for us for the week. Okay, you stir it up. And we're gonna add some peanut butter. So it's about a cup of each, I think. Let me double check. Cup of oat flour, a cup of peanut butter, cup of oats, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and 1/4 cup of coconut oil. You want to pour that one in there?
Yeah.
And a little bit of sea salt. So the reason we're making these, it is just post-Halloween. So if you're still working on Halloween candy, these would be a good replacement for that. We don't have Halloween at our house, do we, yet? So we didn't have any treats to eat or get rid of. I'm gonna stir that up. But whole food treats are so much better than refined junk food ones because they're full of nutrients versus refined food, which is refined sugar and refined grains and refined, corn syrup and all that kind of stuff. And it's really devoid of nutrients. What? And this way you can get the benefits, you can get the iron and the fiber and the mineral content in these whole foods. I think we might need to add more flour. I didn't measure very good.
Mom,
Actually, what will probably happen,
Mom.
yeah, is the oats will soak up.
Mom, you
Yeah, you did. Here, let's add more. So we're just gonna add more oats to dry it up. Stir those up. And then it's best to refrigerate this one before you roll it into balls. But what you can do if you're in a hurry is use a little scooper and scoop it wet like this. Put it in balls, or put it on a tray and then put it in the fridge. So that's what we'll do today.
Mom.
Yeah, you can do that job. Gotta get it stirred up really nice.
Mama.
So you can roll these into balls or you can flatten them to make little cookies. No, not quite. Gotta mix it up. You want to taste it? See if it's good? Good? Yeah. Alright, so that's a perfect texture. Gonna try it again. So you could probably add a little bit of baking soda to this and bake them as cookies, but we're just gonna do ours raw. And that's how we roll around here. The less work, the better. We have a little parchment paper lined. Okay, let's get some scoops. So all you're gonna want to do, so once these are actually hardened, you could totally dip them in chocolate, which I already have some made. You want to eat one? They gotta harden first. You could get totally creative with this recipe and add whatever goodies you want. You could add chia seeds or hemp seeds, which we totally should have done. You could roll them in peanut butter powder. You could roll them in cocoa powder or cacao powder. Lots of options. Okay, these two. So I'm just gonna check the comments quickly while Violet works on this. Awesome, somebody all the way from St. Lucia did the 5-day jump start. Violet likes it, and that's a good sign because Violet doesn't like everything. You're not super picky, but you're also not super forgiving. So you could definitely have this recipe, but we're having friends over this weekend, so I figured I might as well make the full version. And they keep in the freezer fantastic, and like I said, you can totally doctor them up however you want and modify some of them. I actually might dip half of these in chocolate. What? You want to eat one? We gotta let them get cold first. Put them in the fridge. Okay, so next up we're gonna make chocolate coconut macaroons, which is another really super easy recipe. And these are really good kid recipes because they have good fat content, they have good carbs and proteins, lots of minerals. They're a nice little like bomb of nutrition. If you're gonna use, and you want to make sure you're using. How about this one? You can use a cloth to wipe your hands. So I'm going to put them in the fridge, and then I'm going to dip a few of them in this chocolate sauce that I made yesterday, which is cacao powder. What else do I have in here? Coconut oil, maple syrup, and a little bit of coconut milk. So I'll dip some of them, and then we'll freeze them, and it will harden because of the coconut oil. So that's our first batch. I will post the recipe in the comments when we're done. You're welcome. You're welcome. You wanted a bite? Yum, yum. Okay, chocolate coconut macaroons are next. So these guys are very easy to make. More of that?
No more chocolate.
I need you to pour some chocolate in the blender for me.
What's that?
Chocolate powder. So this one is 3 cups of desiccated medium coconut. I'm gonna see how much I have. I think I only have 2 cups.
Which one?
Thank you. 1.
2.
Let's go this way. 2.
2.
Oh, I think I might just have enough. So 3 cups of coconut. And then we have raw cacao powder, maple syrup, coconut oil, and sea salt. So a little bit similar to
You
the.
want, Mommy? No, this in here.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My chocolate.
Okay. So we got that. Now we're gonna put, you could put a mix of cacao powder and carob powder. I actually might do that to cut back on the cacao in this because it calls for a cup, which is a lot. You could definitely do less. I'll modify the recipe in the comments when I post it. Okay, 1 second, I gotta, okay, you can do a scoop of that.
One more.
Okay. 1, do 1 more. I'll get some carob. So we're gonna do carob and cacao in this one. So some roasted carob powder.
Mommy, help you?
Yep, can you do a scoop? So I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy. I'm 29 weeks pregnant now and feeling really hungry these days. I can feel this baby growing and needing more nutrition than ever. So I've upped my natural iron intake with my pregnancy tea and my prenatal, oh, it's dusty. Prenatal multivitamin and a little bit of molasses and raisins and dates. You want what? Yeah, we'll eat that when it's cold. Let's put our maple syrup. Okay, so next. So these treats are gonna come in handy because, like I said, I've been really have a big appetite these days. Should we put in this big one? So we're gonna put a 3/4 cup maple syrup. You should use we like maple syrup in our house. Maybe a little much. It is a refined sugar. You don't want to use it like. I'm laughing because I'm trying to think of how often we go through a half a gallon. I go in stints with maple syrup. I use it all the time, and then I will go in a. Thank you. You love it? Yeah. And a little sea salt. So I'm going to mix these up in the Vitamix. And then put them on another tray, and same thing with the little scooper. And they're so delicious. You can freeze them or dehydrate them. They're really good dehydrated because they get a little bit of a crisp edge, like outside to them, and then they're really soft and moist on the inside. So I'm just going to try to mix this up if my blender will let me. It's easier in a food processor, but my food processor broke, and I've been avoiding buying one for some reason. So I'm just gonna mix as much as I can before I blend. But so every week, do you want to hang out with Dad for a minute? Or you go get your receipt? Okay. Every week when you sign up for the Grounded Meal Plans, which are 50% off until next Friday, there's a treat recipe included. So you get the daily 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then instead of having a daily treat, because that's a lot of work in the kitchen, like we had for the Jump Start, there's actually just a weekly treat. So you make enough to last you for the week. You could, make a couple if you wanted some variety, but you would make these, keep them in your freezer, and then take them out during the week when you need an afternoon boost or snack or treat at whatever time of day. So these are definitely treats you're going to want to eat like before activity. Like I wouldn't want to eat this before bed because it has chocolate in it and it's high in fat. Giraffe loves helping. Yeah. And that's a zebra. Sorry, I said giraffe. And so these are made for afternoon treats because you know you want to get out. We're gonna go outside after this and play in the snow and be active and burn off whatever this is. I hope I didn't put too much. Let's see how. I'm gonna blend this really quick, okay, guys? I'll just be 2 seconds. Not too loud. So the carob smells delicious in these. I don't know if I've ever done it with carob.
Eat cookie. What cookie?
Let's see if you like it. I don't know.
But
You like it?
no.
No? He doesn't like that one. It's pretty caroby. It's good though. So I was just gonna show you that. It's like you're kind of in the light. Let's go back to your spot. There you go.
Eat one cookie?
Eat one cookie?
Yeah.
Can you sit on your tower, please?
No, we eat that.
Yeah, you can if you want.
We eat that.
Thanks for the comments, guys. She is a really good help. You've helped in the kitchen since you're a week old. She makes juice with me every day. I do the prep and she juices it. You're not a fan of this one, hey? I've never made it before for you. You need water? You're not advocating very good for healthy treats. So it might not be toddler approved. Every child has a different palate, so hard to say. Apparently not toddler approved in this house, which I'm okay with because I don't like when you eat a lot of chocolate anyways. Peanut butter's better. Okay, back on your tower.
Eat cookies.
Yeah, you'll eat those cookies when they're ready. And, okay, so.
We covered more.
You want more chocolate?
Yeah, eat before.
I'm just gonna grab this so we can put our macaroons on it.
Yeah,
A
we
little
covered.
parchment paper. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I'm sure this is more entertaining than my usual weeks. A little more scattered, perhaps. I'm doing my best. Oh, thank you. So some unbleached parchment paper on here. And then we'll put our macaroons. So I'm going to freeze the peanut butter ones and dehydrate these ones. They do not need to be dehydrated. I'm just going to because I like them that way. Oh, do you know what? I think there's supposed to be a little bit of coconut oil in that one. I totally forgot. But there's plenty of coconut, so they're holding together quite nice. So I guess we could omit that from the recipe. There you go. You're welcome. All right.
Oh no.
You gotta squish it, squeeze it. Squeeze it hard. 2 hands. Yeah, so these could maybe, I actually might add a little bit of coconut oil because they'll hold together better because they're a little bit crumbly. But I could also roll them in a ball, and that would probably work them with my hands and they would stick. But I won't bore you guys with this step, and I probably will add a little coconut oil and then redo them on the parchment paper. Okay, so again, just nice to have treats around that are made from whole foods. What? That are made from whole foods, have some nutrition in them. They're not something you want to eat as like a daily staple in your diet and you're getting, you know, the bulk of your calories from them. They are still a treat, but they're so much better than refined junk food. And, you know, who doesn't like treats once in a while, especially this time of year when it's starting to get cold and dreary outside. It's nice to have a little pick-me-up in the afternoon with some herbal tea or something like that. So always nice to have around. We like muffins and cookies and these type of no-bake desserts, and they're really good to have because they're quick and easy to make. They last well in the freezer, and you usually, if you stock your kitchen with whole food ingredients, you usually have on hand what you need to make a healthy little treat. You are such a good scooper. Yeah. And yeah, so we're gonna do a little more prep for the weekend and for next week. And I like to always have, you know, our staples ready in the fridge. We just finished up our burrito bowls. Neil had finished that for lunch today. He made a salad out of it. And that was last night's dinner from the meal plan. Tonight's dinner on the meal plan is final day. It's chili and cornbread. I have cornbread in my freezer, and I think we're just gonna have soup instead because I don't have all the chili ingredients, and Neil doesn't even really like chili that much. But it's one of my favorite dishes, so I'm gonna make it soon, and I'll eat the whole pot to myself like I pretty much did with the stew this week from the meal plan. And if you want to get access to those recipes and you haven't yet, I will be giving them away again soon, and I'm gonna run that challenge again, not as a group, but if you want to sign up on your own, you can do that and go at your own pace. So you can keep your eyes peeled for that. And there's gonna be 50% off the meal plans until next Friday. So I'll do a, can I tell? Sorry. So I'll do a Facebook Live next Friday and with some more prep and chat about that sale, which ends then. And I'm also considering doing a webinar next week. So if you have any topics you'd like me to cover that you're feeling overwhelmed or confused with, let me know and I can cover that. But yeah, you got a real glimpse into my kitchen today, what it looks like to do food prep, because she pretty much involves herself most of the time unless Neil takes her to the office or outside or whatnot. So it can be done. I'm pregnant, have a toddler, have lots of animals around and lots going on, and we always have whole foods prepped in our kitchen. The key is to make sure you're buying them at the grocery store, make sure you're using up what's going bad, and following a plan if you need to. I love having the grounded meal plans available to me because busy weeks like we had this week, I was filming videos for the Jumpstart. We had a ton going on. I didn't even have to think about what I was making because I was following the Jumpstart recipes. And it was, from my experience, I'm able to throw those recipes together in like under 20 minutes. So even if I don't do any prep, I can whip them together, and then they usually need to simmer, for however long or cook on the stove. But the prep time for them is very minimal. And it was really nice just to have those hearty, delicious meals ready for us. And then the lunch is always a salad, which we had really yummy salads this week too. And then smoothie is breakfast, or breakfast is kind of smoothies or more, a lighter meal. That way, if you want to include juice, you can. And then fruit snacks, or not processed ones like eat fruit as a snack or veggies as a snack. We love celery and carrot sticks and different things like that too. But the options are endless with eating a plant-based meal plan, and the trick is to just have those foods around so you can be eating them, and don't let it intimidate you. Hey B, can you be shh for 1 second? I'll wrap this up. And so it's totally doable, totally possible, and I know you can do it. If you want the help and the support, sign up for the 50% off. You get access to 52 weeks of meal plans of grounded classic favorite recipes that are super delicious. and you really can't go wrong. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching what just conspired. I don't know. This was the end result of the macaroons. But I'm going to add a little bit of coconut oil and mix them up again, and then I will scoop them out and dehydrate them. So that's the plan with these. I just didn't really want to have you watch me meticulously do that. And yeah, it was great to connect with you. If you were there this week in the Facebook group, it was really fun to see your creations and hang out. I'll keep the group open for another week, and then we'll be heading back to the inner circle. So take advantage of that 50% off, and I'll see you next Friday for another Facebook Live. Okay, bye guys.